Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the challenges in capital expenditure. We'll focus on the subtopic which is qualitative considerations or qualitative factors. But first of all, we will briefly discuss about what does it mean by qualitative factors. There are several important qualitative factors that need to be considered by the management when making capital investment decisions. The qualitative factors are to be evaluated subjectively. The management must incorporate the qualitative factors when making decisions for capital investment for more comprehensive evaluation and enhance their decision making. There are 6 most common qualitative factors that the management need to consider. The first one is the ethical considerations. The second one is the quality of the products or services. The third one, the environmental concerns. The next one is the company's culture. Next one is the political factors. And the last one is the social trends. First, let us look at the ethical considerations. The firm needs the management to incorporate values in their decision making. It is to enable them to evaluate the impact of all the possible capital investment decisions in relation to their relevant stakeholders. The relevant stakeholders are the firm's shareholders, the customers, the employees, and the community that the firm surrounds itself in. The first example is protecting shareholders' interests. When evaluating between several capital investment decisions, the management needs to make sure that the one chosen will be beneficial to the growth of the firm in the long run. The second example is employee safety. When considering operating a factory dealing with dangerous chemicals, the management needs to consider several safeguards that need to be implemented in the capital budgeting, such as relevant safety gears and masks. The next one is the customer's health. This normally involves in making sure that the output of the capital investment decisions will not be dangerous to customers' health. The last example is local employment. Restructuring a production facility to automate manufacturing activities will drastically reduce the number of employees. Moving on to the second consideration, which is the products and the services quality. In general, the quality of inputs placed in the capital budget will directly affect the quality of outputs, which are the goods or services. The management needs to have a balanced trade-off between performance and price, whereby an optimal ratio of cost to quality is achieved in order to maximize the investment's cost efficiency. Here is the example situation for the second factor. The first one is buying the cheapest vehicles for on-site technicians. For example, it may result in service interruptions due to vehicle breakdowns. And the other example is by purchasing low-quality kitchen equipment that leads to sudden malfunctions in a restaurant, which can affect the consistency of preparing food. Now, we will move to the third qualitative consideration. Consumers have high concern in protecting the environment. Thus, the companies really need to allocate part of their expenditures in their budgets in response to this concern. Consumers and shareholders are attracted to support the sustainable existence of the companies in the industry who have good steward towards the environment. The companies who receive recognition for environmental stewardship will have a really good reputation and increase the consumer awareness. Thus, the companies are able to retain their existing customers, to attract new customers, and to expand their market globally while enjoying good returns in long run. Now, moving on to the next consideration, which is employees' morale. Companies sometimes spend money on capital improvements because they want to create a good work environment for their employees. For instance, Providing new office furniture may not have an immediate. Quality of office environment is also important in portraying the image of the company to customers and vendors who visit the office. If the office environment look outdated, the customers will turn around, and they will definitely deal with other companies who look more professional. Now, let us look at the fifth consideration, which is social trends. Social trends is a practice that follows by the majority of society that have the same interests. As time passes by, the interests of majority of society also change. For example, if consumers' current social trend is to care about environment, then the management is advised to manufacture green products over coming year instead of building a factory that causes pollution. Ladies and gentlemen, the last qualitative consideration is political factors. Political factors could affect capital expenditure decision by deciding how the business should run through enforcing government policies. The political decision made can affect business organizations in many ways. Political decision could add a risk factor and lead to a major loss. For example, the increase or decrease in tax is affected by political decision, where the government might increase taxes for some companies and lower it for others. The decision will have a direct effect on how businesses will operate after a political decision is made. Therefore, managers need to always be updated with policy. That is all from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.